freedoms from us every day. They want to come into our homes and take our guns and faith away. Oh, they're insane. Oh, they keep pushing their lies on us every way. If you come for my family, then there's gonna be hell to pay. These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't run.
Ticking time bomb, stop, drop, roll. Finger on the button, who's got control? Weaponize the news every time I scroll. Come for my guns, but I lock and load. Prime from my hands when I go cold. Pray to the Lord, but they want your soul. They gonna have problems if they come to my home. Till they get my message, I'ma say it slow. Scrolling through the news, anxiety, it starts to hit me. Bible by my pistol, pistol by my whiskey. Politicking just to trick me. If you want it, come and get me. But if you sliding through that door, it's a Sammy. Fight for the stripes, but the blood still dripping to the grave, all waving and the flag still whipping. They want my liberty, they won't strip it. They want my land, they won't get it. My grandfather's blue collar's dirty and frayed, cause he keeps rolling in his grave for what they did to this place.
These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't run.
Hey everyone, good to see each and every one of you. I love ya. I love ya all. Okay, I hope everyone's had a great day today. Hope the weather's been good. We got a little bit more rain. We need more. Send some more, a little bit more up this way. Not below me. Not up above me, just around me, because there's some flooding going on. But my location could get some more rain. We could use some more. Hey, Christopher, good to see ya. Love you, baby brother. Hope you're doing good. Been praying for you and all my family. Let me see. Darlene, good to see you. Love you. Tracy, good to see you. I hope you enjoyed your night off. I love you. Missed you, but love you. Dee, good to see you. And Goldie, hope y'all are doing well. Christopher, good to see you. Love you. You better been good. And you better be eating. And then on Rumble, the other part of our family. Good to see you. Susan, love ya. Hope your weather's doing well. Jay Keeps, good to see you. Love you. SL20, good to see you. Love you. Hope you're doing well also. Let me see. Okay, to get started, we're going to go over our prayer list. And if anybody has anyone that needs to be added, just let me know and I'll add it to our list. We have Betty and Steve and their family. Keep them in your prayers for healing and strength. Keep D, he's still in recovery. Keep him in your prayers that he doesn't overdo it, because we know how men are. They like to push the limits. So keep D in your prayers, and keep Goldie in your prayers so that she hopefully doesn't have to have surgery, even if they say she may need surgery. But we know God can heal her. And Dee's dad, keep him in your prayers, please. And then we have Teacup. Keep her in your prayers over her vision, that the doctors will make the appointment so she can get her other eye better, so she'll be able to see. That's why she's not in chats as much, but she's pretty much listening to us. So keep her in your prayers. Keep Darlene and her sister-in-law and her whole family in your prayers, that God gives them strength and healing and recovery. Keep Bonnie and both Cindy's and Mel in your prayers, that God wraps their arms around them and gives them strength and healing. Keep Santa in your prayers for safety. And Jared and Julius, keep them in your prayers for their health and healing and recovery. Keep baby brother in your prayers, Christopher, for his upcoming surgery, and that God heals him and he's able to be home with his family. And keep Carrie in your prayers, because the other day his cousin passed away, and his health. Keep Gator Girl in your prayers, because she's been moving and we know it's stressful and it's a lot of physical stress too on your body. So keep her in your prayers. Keep Tina B in your prayers, that God wraps his arms around her and gives her peace and comfort. And Frances and her son's mother-in-law, keep the whole family in your prayers, that God wraps his arms around them also and comforts them and heals them, gives them healing and recovery, because we know nothing's impossible with God. So, did I miss anyone else? Oh, Tracy, really? They had a tornado warning where you was at? Oh, mercy. Well, hey, Gator Girl, good to see ya. Love ya. Hope you're not overdoing it. me see. And let me see. Now, and all the unspoken prayer requests, because some people don't want to, ask, but just pray. God knows the prayers, and He will answer them. He knows our heart, and He knows our prayers and what we need. So I found this, and I was like, man, if this was my town or my city, I would probably do the same. But I think they need to get new government, vote out the governor that just had been placed there, and all these board members. I think they need to pack up and move out. And we, the people, take over, because this town done what we would probably do in each of our towns. And it's a shame that the governor or the police, which they cut their budget, so they're stretched, but at least they could help a little bit, I believe. So right here's a little clip on what I'm talking about.
Crime has gotten so bad in one Democrat-led city that people are taking their safety into their own hands. Residents in a Seattle neighborhood have built homemade barricades to block their streets, and they're trying to stop the surge of shootings, alleged prostitution, and other illegal activity in their community. Locals say they've reached out to city leaders, including far-left Democrat Mayor Katie Wilson, but nothing has changed. Well, what would she do? Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse has more. William, a lot of criticism for that mayor.
Right, Harris, and locals have several problems with City Hall. People dealing drugs out of RVs in residential areas. The mayor is fighting with police over the use of crime cameras, but the latest, as you mentioned, residents along Aurora Avenue forced to set up barricades to stop prostitutes, pimps, and a gang war from spilling into their neighborhood.
It's terrifying to live here, and it's even more terrifying that the city is absolutely doing nothing to protect the citizens in this neighborhood.
We're just afraid that a neighbor's going to have to die before the city will do something.
So this shootout caught on camera Saturday. Police found 40 shell casings after rival gangs traded shots across Aurora Avenue. It was the 8th shooting this month, 95th in 2 years. Car windows shattered, homes riddled by gunfire, stray bullets piercing the wall. One shot came within inches of a 6-week-old baby.
It's insane. It's unacceptable, and it's wrong, and the mayor needs to step up to the plate.
So problems started in 2020, critics say, when a progressive city council eliminated prostitution loitering laws in the name of inequality. They also defunded police, reducing available officers by 25%.
Police need to be able to arrest these guys, and it needs to be applied in the courts. The judges need to apply to the strictest measure that's allowed for.
So Mayor Wilson says the violence is unsettling.
Seattle,
police have increased overnight
Gator Girl.
patrols. But, Harris, the city says
Seattle.
those barricades are illegal, will have to come down because they didn't get a permit. Back to you.
Wow. Okay, William, a full report. Thank you.
Wow. Really? You're going to make the citizens take down the barricades when they're trying to protect their family and their property? Really? Come on. Not happening if I live there. I would, I don't know. That's ridiculous. The governor making them take down their security since they don't have enough police officers to go help the people in that town. Done what they thought was best. But since they ain't got no permits, they have to take them down. That's wrong. And then for the ones that don't have band, I posted this the other day. This is what Sky and my nephew, well, my nephew sent me, but Sky made him grab it for me. They say it's me nowadays. So, here we go.
Now that I gotten older, everything's finally starting to click for me. My knees, my neck, my back. When I get up, they all go crack. My knees, my neck, my back. Turn too fast, hear a snap. Sit down slow, then I'm stuck like that. My knees, my neck, my back. They all starting to crack. Now that I gotten old.
See, they pick with me all the time because I'm getting older. But see, the joke's on them because I'm not getting older. Every birthday, I go back a year. I start counting backwards now. So I'm a ripe old age of 40. Wait, no. I believe 49 now. Or is, no. Yeah. Heck if I know. I could be 49 or I could be 50. Going backwards, I can't remember. That's how much birthdays mean to me. Okay. Let me see. And then we got this one. This one really got me irritated. Got me heated. Sky looked at me and says, "Oh, Mama, your eyes is turning." Well, I'm 50 then. I'm going back, so I'm 50 then, Gator Girl. I'm 50. See, me and Gator Girl's daughter was the same age, but now since I'm going backwards, I'm not anymore. I'm getting younger instead of older and wiser. I'm getting younger. This one kind of irritated me because where was all the reporters and all the protesters other than the ones standing on the corner of the gulag? Where was everybody during that time? But, when the illegals have a little bit of complaints, which they shouldn't be here to start with, everybody blasted across the news and protest breaks out and all this mess. But where was they during when Americans was locked up and in prison? Crickets. So this one irritates me because they are investigating this jail or prison or whatever it is because the illegals doesn't have the medical like they want, nor the food that they want. And we know many of them calls that came in on the corner, they was talking about not being able to read the Bible, not being able to get their mail, not being able to see the doctor, rats in their food. I mean, we heard so many different stories. And did any of the news report it? No. Did anybody show up protesting? No. So I think this is a bunch of bull crap. So listen to this and see, don't it irritate you too?
The Delaney Hall Detention Center, which is owned by the GEO Group, and this is a facility that holds 700 immigrants in Newark, New Jersey, and we've been looking at this detention center for months and months amid reports of inadequate food and health care, but things really flared up over the weekend. That's when reports started coming out about a hunger strike that hundreds of detainees were participating in, and there has been conflicting reports about that, with DHS saying that there is no hunger strike, but attorneys there and detainees themselves saying that there is a hunger strike. So Democratic lawmakers, including New Jersey's governor, went to Delaney Hall beginning last week, and they've been going day after day trying to get inside. And as they do that, protesters appear, and at times there are significant clashes with ICE agents. In fact, ICE agents have been using chemical irritants to keep crowds back. Some of those chemical irritants appeared to affect U.S. Senator Andy Kim, a Democrat of New Jersey, who was on hand yesterday. These Democrats are saying that they have been unable to make the oversight visits that they are allowed to do as members of Congress. It's a different story, of course, for the governor, Mikey Sherrill. She doesn't have that same capacity to make those oversight visits. But the lawmakers who have been inside say that they have heard directly from detainees talking about inadequate amount of food, as well as not enough medical care, medication, and a lack of access to attorneys. And these Democrats, as they've been saying for months and months, are calling on the closure of Delaney Hall. This was Congressman Menendez speaking yesterday from outside the facility.
These are people who are mothers, fathers, 18-year-olds, as the senator said, and it runs counter to what this administration has been selling to the American people since day one of this administration, that they're going after the worst of the worst. You don't have the worst of the worst in there. You have a woman who just gave birth a couple months ago who aren't able to nurse their children because they're inside there. That's not the worst of the worst.
DHS pushing back on that and talking about some of these scenes that we have seen at Delaney Hall, saying that these protesters, calling them rioters, saying that they were actually blocking ICE from being able to leave the facility yesterday. And DHS Secretary Mark Wayne Mullen posted online that there is no hunger strike at Delaney Hall. There are no subprime conditions, he said. But again, that is despite the firsthand accounts coming from these Democratic lawmakers as well as attorneys who are representing people on the inside. I've been to Delaney Hall, and one of the major issues there is that there really is just one driveway, one way in and out of that area. People line up to wait to get inside to visit loved ones that are inside there. And there are protesters almost any day that you go there that are lined up trying to make their voices heard. So really a very tight area there. And right now there have just been a lot of protests as these lawmakers try to get to the bottom of what's really happening inside with these reports of a hunger strike, Holly.
Yeah, Patrick, what is actually happening inside? Do we know? Is there any information coming in from the inside coming out to let us know what is actually happening?
Absolutely. For months and months, really, ever since we've started to see these numbers go up, there have been reports that the food sometimes has worms in it, that there are not enough access to lawyers, that the medical care is inadequate, that people wait a very long time to get medications that they need. I reached out to GEO Group, which owns Delaney Hall, and asked them for their reaction to all of these claims. And they said, as they have from the beginning, that this simply is not true, that immigrants are cared for in all of their facilities, and that when certain issues rise up, they act very quickly to address those. But there's been one case, a gentleman named Martin Soto, who, according to his attorneys, has been on this hunger strike and has lost a significant amount of weight. And we understand that he was actually transferred out of Delaney Hall and into another nearby facility where he is getting care. But
see, that's a bunch of bull crap. We know through the streams and them calling in that the J6ers had worse conditions. In my opinion, which everybody's got an opinion, but in my opinion, they couldn't even go to church, and it took them forever to get Bibles and they was in solitary confinement, and they were Americans who didn't sneak across the border to come in here. They were Americans. Most of them was veterans. It's ridiculous. It just irritates the crap out of me. That's just that. It's wrong. Hey, Party Bonza. Good to see ya. Love ya. Hey, Bitback. Good to see you. Love you. Okay, I need to move along before my blood pressure goes up, because that one got to me. Because you never heard news reporters. Yeah, we had streamers reporting it and us sharing it and speaking on it and trying to let everyone know what was going on. But did any other reporters other than, I believe Newsmax did quite a bit. But that was the only place you would see anything about it. But then when it comes to these illegals, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Oh, poor them. Well, they shouldn't have crossed the border illegally. There's ways to get here. I'm getting off my soapbox now. I'm sorry. I'm getting off my soapbox. Oh, let me see. That one just irritated me really bad. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Thank you all very much. And then for our soldiers that gave the ultimate sacrifice, rest in peace, heroes.
Waiting at home and was praying for him to survive.
bit of
Thank you for your service. Praying for your families. And then we have the lives that was stolen by the illegal immigrants that is complaining about the treatment they're getting, when they should think about what they done to these Americans. Rest in peace, angels. Praying for your families.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? Yeah, 'cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you'll dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you'll dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you've arrived. Since you've arrived.
We have to keep trusting in God, because we know the end of the end of the book, end of the chapter, the end of the Bible. We win. God wins, which means we win. So they may enjoy what they have now, but we have something waiting on us better. We just have to keep trusting and believing. And then I found this. I'm going to show this little clip while y'all get y'all's snacks and get what y'all need, because we're going to finish Ezekiel and then we'll do the study guide on Daniel and start Daniel's questions. So here's, since it was about Memorial Day, I'm going to go ahead and play Baby's Trump Memorial Day little video. It's a minute and a half.
Founding, we honor the fallen. Before we celebrate the triumph, we pay the tribute. Before we crown the victory, we count the cost. Today we are reminded that there could be no 4th of July without America's armed forces, and there could be no Independence Day without Memorial Day. We owe our liberty, our self-government, the glories of our history, and our very nation itself to the generations who paid for it with everything they had, the ultimate sacrifice. The first Americans to give their lives in battle fell on April 1775, when 8 patriots were cut down by redcoats. Those guns, they were shot on Lexington Green. They had answered the call to muster against a force 5 times their strength. They said at the time, the greatest in the world, in defense of their cherished rights and their cherished liberty. As the British approached Massachusetts, militiamen summoned destiny itself, saying, if they mean to have a war, let it begin right here.
So I thought that was cute. Christopher, watch it, boy. Sit down. Sit down. Leave my Mountain Dew and my candy alone. I had to buy me some more yesterday. So leave it alone. Don't break your fingers. That's what I tell Sky. Don't break her fingers. And as y'all can tell on YouTube, I already switched over pretty much everything. I'm going to switch over to Tina's Logic Rumble. This is for y'all. So if you know anybody that needs to know, they need to switch over before the 1st of the month. So I'll post this for anyone too, but this is for y'all. So, just a reminder. Okay. Thank you, Darlene. It was a combined effort. So, let's see. Let me grab. There you go, Tracy. Tell them. Go to the corner. I say sit down. You can tell them go to the corner. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I'm going to leave my name in chat still, Toddler Tina, because y'all kind of give it to me. So that's got sentimental value. So I'm going to leave it. But the YouTube channel is on YouTube is totally changed. Rumble, I just have to start streaming to the other channel. It's set up and everything. Everything's the same. Just I got to just stream to it instead of the Toddler Tina one. So here we go. Let me grab the Ezekiel quiz real quick. And we'll knock this one out pretty fast, I believe. We will. Because there's only, on this one, I believe there was only 24 questions, and we're at 15. So we'll get some of Daniel done too. Okay, here we go. We'll go back to you. And start.
Portrayed the suffering of Israel and Judah by lying face down, enacting a visual representation of their impending captivity and siege. This dramatization emphasized the gravity of their disobedience and the consequences they would face, conveying a powerful message of divine judgment. Question 16. Which symbol did Ezekiel use to describe the destruction of Jerusalem as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 5? A. A crumbling wall. B. A burning furnace. C. The division of the shaved hair. D. The scattering of seeds. You get 10 seconds.
Let's see what we got here. No, Tracy, we're learning. You got to guess. It's not fun just listening. You have to guess. If you love me, you will. That's what Sky uses on me. I'll use it on you. If you love me, Tracy, you will. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going with C. I do believe. Okay, we got Christopher with an A. We got Party Bonza with an A. We got Darlene with an A. We got Bitbot here. Hey.
I'm still getting my coffee. I'm behind.
Okay. All right.
I can read it though when you're ready.
Okay. We got, let me see. We got Darlene with a C. We got Tracy with a C. We got Gator Girl coming in hot with a C. And Darlene with a C.
All right, we have SL20 with a C, Jay Keeps with a C, Susan with a C, and I'll just take C.
And Party Bonza with a C. And the answer is oh, Gator Girl, I'm sorry. I wouldn't miss it, me personally.
That's C, the division of the shaved hair. Ezekiel chapter 5, verses 1 to 6. Ezekiel symbolically depicts the destruction of Jerusalem by shaving his head with a sharp sword, dividing the hair into 3 parts. These parts represent varied fates for Jerusalem's people. One burned with fire, one struck with the sword, and one scattered to the wind. This act visually signifies the severe judgment on Jerusalem due to disobedience and sin.
Oh,
Question
Tracy
17.
loves me.
What object did Ezekiel use to represent the siege of Jerusalem as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 11? A. A pot. B, a scroll. C, a crown. D, a sword. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with, it's going to sound crazy, but a pot. A. Because I'm pretty sure I heard a pot, a pot, pot, pot. We got Christopher with a B. We got Tracy with an A coming in hot. We got Gator Girl with an A. We got Darlene with an A.
I took A. SL20 with an A. Susan with an A. Jay Keeps with an A.
Alrighty. The answer is A. Boom.
That's A, a pot. Ezekiel chapter 11, verses 1 to 3. This city is a pot, and we are the meat in it. Ezekiel symbolized the siege of Jerusalem with a pot in the fire, emphasizing the intense pressure and impending destruction. The vivid imagery illustrated the dire consequences of rebellion, foretelling the judgment that awaited Jerusalem for turning away from God's commandments. Question 18. Which symbol did Ezekiel use to describe false prophets as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 13? A, vultures. B, jackals. C, foxes. D, wolves. You get 10 seconds.
Oh boy.
okay. I'm going with B. Jackals. 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 We got Christopher with an A. Yoo-hoo!
Yeah, everybody's slow tonight. We're all tired. SL20 says, C, but C and B.
Here we go. Now we're hot. We got Christopher with an A, Darlene with a C, Gator Girl with a B. She thinks jackals too. Party Bonza with a C, and Tracy with a B.
Yep, we have I don't know, SL, which one you're C or B. Okay. Jay Keeps with a C. Susan with a C. I'm taking C, even though I know you read it. So we're ready.
Here we go.
That's a good point, SL. Foxes in the desert? Yeah, not really.
But they are jackals.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
That's B, jackals. Ezekiel chapter 13, verses 1 to 7. Your prophets, Israel, are like jackals among ruins. Ezekiel compared false prophets to jackals among ruins, denouncing their deceptive practices. This vivid imagery underscores the destructive nature of their falsehoods and warns against relying on these leaders who exploit the spiritual vulnerability of the people. Question 19. Which symbol did Ezekiel use to depict the unfaithfulness of the people in Jerusalem to God as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 16? A, an adulterous wife. B, a withered tree. C, a rebellious child. D, a crumbling fortress. You get 10 seconds.
Yeah, right. Jay keeps on there. A.
Yep. That's what I'm going with. If YouTube doesn't wake up, I'm going to have to start singing. Okay, now they're coming. Christopher with an A. Tracy with an A. Darlene with an A. Gator Girl with an A.
Maybe everyone's lagging.
Might be.
Jay keeps with an A. I took A. Susan A. SL20 with an A.
And Party Bunza with an A. Coming in hot. So A's across the board.
That's A, an adulterous wife. Ezekiel chapter 16. You adulterous wife, you prefer strangers to your own husband. Ezekiel symbolically portrayed Jerusalem as an unfaithful wife, highlighting the city's spiritual adultery through idolatry and disobedience. This vivid image conveyed the depth of the people's betrayal and the severity of their departure from God's covenant. Question 20. According to Ezekiel chapter 17, Ezekiel's prophecy about the two eagles symbolized the fate of which two kingdoms? A, Babylon and Egypt. B, Babylon and Persia. C, Israel and Judah.
Okay,
D,
Gator Girl.
Assyria and Egypt. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with A. Yeah. It's Egypt. Yeah. I'm going with A. We got
I don't remember.
Christopher with a C. We got Party Bonza with a C. We got Darlene with an A. And we got Tracy with an A.
Well, I thought it was either A or C. I'm taking A. SL with an A. Susan with an A. Jay keeps with an A. Question mark.
Alrighty. We will see.
I need the description because I can't remember this.
All right. Here it comes. Pay attention.
Okay.
Don't make me have to you sit down.
Whoop.
That's A, Babylon and Egypt. Ezekiel chapter 17, verses 1 to 21. The first eagle, Babylon, takes the top of a cedar, Judah's king, and the second eagle, Egypt, represents a feudal rebellion. This allegory illustrates the consequences of political alliances and emphasizes God's control over nations. Ultimately, the vision underscores the inability of human strategies to thwart divine judgment during Ezekiel's historical context. Question 21. What did Ezekiel use as a symbol of God's refining and purifying judgment on Jerusalem as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 22? A, a shining star. B, a flowing river. C, a fiery furnace. D, a blooming flower.
Oh, this is B.
You get 10 seconds.
Says what?
Said B.
Oh, really?
Well, I may be getting my stuff mixed up.
I'm thinking C.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting things mixed up now. It's been too long since we did the review. Okay. Purifying, refining. Well, yeah, that would make sense more via fire. I'll stick with my B because I'm going to be wrong.
Oh. We got
No.
Christopher with a B. We got Tracy with a B. And I could be wrong. We got Party Bonza with a B. And Darlene with a C. Me and Darlene's holding on together.
All right. SL with a C. I took B. And SL reads too, so I'm sure you guys are on the right trend. We'll see. Susan's going
I
with
got you. I'll hold on to you.
Susan's taking B. Trying to split house, I think. Jay keeps. I don't know. She could be busy. Go ahead. We can start rolling. Sure, everybody's in.
Alrighty.
That's C, a fiery furnace.
More learning.
Ezekiel chapter 22, verses 17 to 22.
Learning.
As silver, copper, iron, lead, and tin are gathered into a furnace to be melted with a fiery blast, so will I gather you in my anger and my wrath and put you inside the city and melt you. This vivid image illustrates the intensity of divine purgation, cleansing the city from moral impurities. The metaphor emphasizes God's commitment to restoring righteousness through a transformative and purifying process. Question 22. In Ezekiel's prophecy, what is represented by the cooking pot placed on the fire as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 24? A. Restoration. B. God's anger. C. Divine blessing. D. Babylonians' anger. You get 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're leering Party Bunsen.
Leering. Oh. This is a guess, so nobody follow me. I'm going to go with B. Unless you want to go down with me. Because I can't really remember. But
I'm going to follow SL20. Tracy's copying. Oh, she's still there. Is Gator gone? No, she's there.
Yeah. Gator Girl hasn't came back yet. Are you waiting on Gator? I don't see
Yeah, she
her.
had. Right above the popcorn, she answered.
Oh, see. Yeah, but that was the other question.
Okay. All right.
Tracy feeds me in between.
All right. SL went with D. I went with D. Susan's gone with D. And Jay Keeps is still gone.
Okay, Gator Girl's gone. Tracy's waiting on Gator Girl. Darlene with a D. And Tracy with a C. Wait, I'm running my Party Bonza with a D. I'm going to go down this ship with a B. Here we go. No way.
That's B, God's anger. Ezekiel chapter 24. The cooking pot on the fire symbolizes God's boiling anger against Jerusalem. The prophet, acting out this vision, illustrates the intense judgment coming upon the city for its sins. The boiling pot represents the divine wrath reaching its culmination, leading to the Babylonian conquest and the subsequent exile. This vivid imagery portrays the severity of God's judgment as a response to Jerusalem's persistent rebellion.
Listening to it to see if it refreshes my memory.
Question 23. What symbol did Ezekiel use to describe about Pharaoh, king of Egypt, as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 32? A, a blazing fire. B, a blooming flower. C, a soaring eagle. D, a sea monster. You get 10 seconds.
What?
You're gonna think it's funny, but I think I remember a sea monster, so I think I'm gonna go with D.
Great. You know what? I'm going to go with D too.
I don't know why it's sticking in my mind, but
I laughed at it, but
me too. I mean, I did it under my breath, but then it hit me. I believe I did hear it. And everybody over here is putting D in. We got Christopher coming in hot with a D. We got Party Bunza with a D. We got Darlene with a D. And Tracy with a D.
yeah, we got SL with a D, Susan with a D. I took D. And we're still missing Jay Keeps. Hope she's okay. Oh, well, you know what? Storms just rolled through. I wonder if she didn't shut down.
She may have.
We're going to get hit. Well, yeah, they got some stuff up north. We're going to get hit here in a little bit. But anyway, so yes, those are our answers. D, D, D. Yes. Just praying for a break from the weather. Oh my gosh,
it got rain to me.
It just got super dark. I put the drone up. That's why I was a little late too. Wow. Now I'd like to get a picture of that cloud. It looked really wicked, but
You can. I can do this while you run into that real quick if you want to.
Do what? Send you the picture?
No, you can do.
That's
D,
a sea monster.
If you want
Ezekiel chapter 32, verses 1 to 2. Son of man, take up a lament concerning Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and say to him, you are like a lion among the nations. You are like a monster in the seas, thrashing about in your streams. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, is symbolized as a sea monster, portraying his grandiosity and power. This vivid imagery conveys the impending downfall of Egypt and its ruler, emphasizing the certainty of divine judgment for their arrogance and opposition to God's will. Question 24. Which symbol did Ezekiel use to describe the restoration of Israel in the future as recorded in Ezekiel chapter 37? A, the flowing rivers. B, the blooming flowers. C, the roaring lion. D, the resurrection of dry bones.
Dry bones, dry
bones. You get 10 seconds.
I remember that one 100%.
Yeah. Going dry bones.
Yep.
I am out in the patio.
I'm going with D. And
please check it on the map.
Christopher says D. Darlene says D. Party Bonza says D.
Sorry.
Gator Girl D. Tracy D. Because she's following Gator Girl.
Sorry, what? Lightning. I just wish I had gotten that shot. I was just about to take a picture and it went boom across the sky.
Oh.
I'll shut up. Go ahead.
You go ahead. I'm done.
I'm outside.
Oh, you're outside. Oh, we got SL20 with a D. We got Susan with a D. So we got Bitbop with a D. D's across the board. Here we go. And I believe this is the last one. We'll watch the study guide while Bitbot takes pictures of the storm.
That's D, the resurrection of dry bones. Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 1 to 14. The vision of dry bones symbolizes the future restoration of Israel. As the dry bones are brought back to life, it represents God's promise to revive and restore the nation, bringing them out of exile and into a renewed and vibrant existence.
Everybody's telling you be safe.
Oh, wow. What an incredible journey.
Yep.
Okay. So
I hear thunder now, so I'm coming in.
Okay. So that was that one. Stop sharing. And remove it so I don't accidentally click on it. And now for the study guide for Daniel, which we watched it with Gator Girl the last couple of nights. So here we go.
Give me one lightning hit.
The story is set right after Babylon's first attack on Jerusalem, and they had plundered the city and its temple and taken a wave of Israelites into exile. Among them were 4 men from the royal family of David: Daniel, who's later named Belteshazzar, and his 3 friends who you probably know by their Babylonian names, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. This book tells of their struggles to maintain hope in the land of their conquerors. The book's design seems pretty simple at first. Chapters 1 through 6 contain stories about Daniel and his friends in Babylon, while chapters 7 through 12 contain the visions of Daniel about the future. But this 2-part shape is made even more interesting by another design feature, and that's the book's language. It begins in Hebrew, the language of the Israelites, but chapters 2 through 7 are written in Aramaic, a cousin language to Hebrew spoken widely among the ancient empires. But then in chapters 8 through 12, it goes back to Hebrew. This design shows how chapters 2 through 7 are a coherent section, but it also highlights the importance of chapters 2 and 7 for understanding the later chapters of the book. Let's just dive in. Chapter 1 introduces the basic tension of the first half of the book. Daniel and his friends, they're really wise and capable, and they're recruited to serve in the royal palace of Babylon. But they're pressured to give up their Jewish identity by living and eating like Babylonians and violating the Jewish food laws found in the Torah. So they refuse, and they choose faithfulness to the Torah, and it puts them in danger. But God delivers them, and they end up being elevated by the king of Babylon. After this begins the Aramaic section, which you'll see has this really cool symmetrical design. So first, the king of Babylon has a dream that, it turns out, only Daniel is able to interpret. It's about a huge statue made of 4 types of metal, and it symbolizes a sequence of kingdoms, and the head is Babylon. But then a huge rock comes flying in, and it shatters the statue, and it becomes this huge mountain. Now, this dream is the first of many symbolic visions in the book, and this one introduces the basic storyline of them all. Daniel says that the statue represents a train of human kingdoms following from Babylon, and they will all fill God's world with violence. But one day, God's kingdom will come and will confront and humble the arrogant kingdoms of this world and fill the world with the healing justice of God's reign and rule. After this, chapter 3 tells the famous story of Daniel's 3 friends who refused to bow down and worship a huge idol statue, which, like the statue in chapter 2, represents the king and his imperial power. And so the friends are persecuted. They're thrown into a fiery furnace, but God delivers them from death, and they're exalted by the king, who now acknowledges their God as the true one. After this come a pair of stories about 2 Babylonian kings, the father, Nebuchadnezzar, and then his son, Belshazzar. They're both filled with pride because of their imperial power. And so, like in chapter 2, God warns them both through dreams and then visions, which, also like chapter 2, only Daniel can interpret. He says that both kings are to humble themselves before God, and both kings arrogantly resist. So Nebuchadnezzar is stricken with madness. He becomes like a beast in the field. But then he humbles himself before God, and his humanity returns to him. He's restored as king. This is in contrast with his son, Belshazzar, who doesn't humble himself before God, and he's assassinated that very night. Now, these two stories draw this imagery from Genesis chapters 1 and 2 and Psalm 8, where humans are depicted as the royal image of God. He's given them authority to rule over the beasts of the field and the birds of the air on behalf of God, who is the world's true king. But when human kingdoms forget that, when they rebel and make themselves and their power into a god, they become less than human, like violent beasts who will face God's justice. Which brings us to chapter 6, the pair of chapter 3. And this time it's Daniel who's being persecuted because he refuses to pray and worship the king as a god. And so, like the friends, he's sentenced to death and he's thrown into a lion's den. But God delivers him from the beasts, and like the friends, the king exalts Daniel and praises his God. Which brings us to chapter 7. It's the pair of chapter 2 and the center of the book where all its themes come together. It's another dream, but it's Daniel's this time. And ironically, he can't understand the dream until an angelic messenger explains it to him. He sees a series of 4 beasts, one like a lion, then like a bear, then one like a winged leopard, each of these symbolizing an arrogant kingdom. And last of all is a super beast, identified as a really evil empire, and it has lots of horns, a common symbol for kings in the Old Testament, and there's one specific horn who is an image of an arrogant king who exalts himself above God and persecutes God's people. Now they are symbolized by a figure called the Son of Man, who's an image for both God's covenant people, but also for their king from the line of David. But then all of a sudden, God, who's called the Ancient of Days, comes and he sets up his throne. He destroys the super beast and he exalts the Son of Man on the clouds, where he comes up to sit at God's right hand and share in God's rule over the nations. We can look back now and see how all of these stories in the first half fit together. The 3 stories of faithfulness despite persecution, these are meant to offer hope to God's suffering people among the nations. But they suffer because human kingdoms have rebelled against God and have become beasts. And so these visions encourage patience, that God's people are to wait for him to bring his kingdom and rule over our world and vindicate his suffering people. But it raises the question about when God is going to do that, and that's what these final 3 visions set out to explore. In chapter 8, Daniel has another vision about the final 2 beasts of chapter 7, but this time they're symbolized by a ram, who we're told is the image of the empire of the Medes and Persians, and then by a goat, who's an image of ancient Greece. And out of the goat come a whole bunch of horns, one of which symbolizes the evil king from chapter 7. And we're told more about him, that he will attack Jerusalem and exalt himself above God and defile the temple with idols. However, in the end, he will be destroyed by God, who will exalt his people and his kingdom. Now, by chapter 9, Daniel is very puzzled, especially as to when all of this is going to take place. And so he consults the scroll of the prophet Jeremiah, where God said that Israel's exile would only last 70 years. So for Daniel, the 70 years is almost up. And so he asks God to fulfill his promise soon. But an angel comes and informs him that Israel's sin and rebellion has continued. And so their time of exile and oppression will continue on 7 times longer than Jeremiah envisioned. Daniel is deeply disturbed by this, and he has one final vision. We're shown the same sequence of kingdoms. It's Persia, then Greece, and Alexander the Great, followed by lesser kings, all leading up to this final king of the north, who will invade Jerusalem, set up idols in the temple, and exalt himself above God. But then, all of a sudden, this king comes to ruin. Now, there's been endless debate about what all of these visions refer to. Many see a clear connection to the exploits of the Syrian king Antiochus in the 160s BC. He killed many faithful Jews in Jerusalem and set up idols in the temple. Others think it points forward to the Roman Empire's role in the execution of Jesus and the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple in AD 70. And still others think it will be fulfilled in future events that have yet to happen when Jesus will return. Now the problem is that the symbols and the numbers, they don't quite match any of these views perfectly. But it opens up the possibility that in a sense, they are all right. The book of Daniel has been designed to offer hope to all future generations of God's people. It did so in the days of Antiochus's empire, and it has ever since. This is why Jesus could use imagery from Daniel to describe and confront the oppressive leaders he confronted in Jerusalem. This is why John, the visionary who wrote the Revelation, could adapt Daniel's visions and apply them to Rome of his day and also all future oppressive empires. And so the point of Daniel is that all generations of readers can find here a pattern and a promise. It's a pattern that human beings and their kingdoms become violent beasts when they glorify their own power, when they redefine right and wrong, and don't acknowledge God as their true king. But Daniel also holds out a promise that one day God will confront the beast. He will rescue his world and his people by bringing his kingdom over all nations. And so for every generation, this book speaks a message of hope that should motivate faithfulness. And that's what the book of Daniel is all about.
So, I hope that refreshed your memory a little bit to what we watched with Gator Girl. Okay, we will start Daniel now. Daniel. No, grab it. Okay. Let's read.
Welcome to the Bible quiz.
Here we go.
Today, we're heading into one of the most powerful and prophetic books of the Old Testament, Daniel. From fiery furnaces to angelic visions, from courageous prayer to end-time prophecy, this quiz has it all. Before we dive in, let's give a big shout out to the 8 amazing viewers who scored highest in our last quiz. Difale Mam Payne, Marie Kelly, Millicent Building, Damayanthi Sohn.
Okay, we got that. Here we go.
A. Shadrach.
Yeah.
Question 1. What Babylonian name was given to Daniel? A. Shadrach. B. Meshach. C. Abednego. D. Belteshazzar. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going with D.
Yep.
YouTube. Yoo-hoo.
We're eating cookies.
Tracy, your sugar tactic isn't working. We got Tracy coming in with an A. We got Darlene with a D. We got Party Bunza with a D. And Tracy with a D.
SL with a D, Susan with a D, and me with a D.
Gator Girl must still be busy. And Christopher, the nurse, may be with him. So, oh, Tracy, no worries. You just take care of yourself, okay?
That's D. Belteshazzar. In Daniel chapter 1, verse 7, Daniel was renamed Belteshazzar by the chief of the eunuchs. This was part of Babylon's effort to assimilate Jewish captives by changing their names and identities. Daniel's name means God is my judge, while Belteshazzar likely means Bel protect his life, referencing a Babylonian god. Despite the change, Daniel remained faithful to the true God throughout his life in exile. Question 2. Why did Daniel refuse to eat the king's food? A. He was allergic. B. He was vegetarian. C. He wanted to fast. D. He did not want to defile himself. You get 10 seconds.
I think it's D.
I'm going with you. I think D. We got Darlene with a D. We got Party Bunza with a D. We got Tracy with a D.
SL with a D. Susan with a D. I took D.
And there's D coming in hot with D. Hey D, welcome back.
That's D. He did not want to defile himself. In Daniel chapter 1, verse 8, Daniel chose not to eat the king's rich food and wine to avoid defiling himself according to Jewish dietary laws. He asked for vegetables and water instead. God honored his faithfulness by giving him wisdom and health. This test of obedience early in his exile showed Daniel's unwavering commitment to God's law, even in a foreign land. Question 3. What did God give Daniel and his friends in response to their faithfulness? A. Wealth. B. Strength. C. Knowledge and wisdom. D. Power over Babylon. You get 10 seconds.
I'm going to go with C.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking. Knowledge and wisdom, which is kind of the same. I think. Could be wrong. Let me see. Darlene coming in hot with a C. Tracy with a C. D with a C.
SL with a C. Susan with a C. And me with a C.
Christopher, welcome back. Coming in with a C. It's okay, Christopher. I figured you was taking care of something or the nurse was with you. So here we go. C.
That's C. Knowledge and wisdom. Daniel chapter 1 verse 17 tells us that God gave knowledge and understanding of all kinds of literature and learning to Daniel and his friends. Daniel also received the ability to interpret dreams and visions. Their obedience led to divine favor, making them stand out among the king's advisors. This illustrates how faithfulness to God opens the way for spiritual gifts and wisdom. Question 4. What was King Nebuchadnezzar's troubling dream in Daniel chapter 2? A. A burning bush. B. A chariot of fire. C. A beast from the sea. D. A statue made of various materials. You get 10 seconds.
D.
Ooh, yeah. We got Christopher with a D. We got Darlene with a D. I'm picking D. And YouTube's went to sleep again. We got D coming in with the D's.
SL with a D. Susan with a D. I also went with D.
Okay, it looks like D's across the board. Here we go. Let me see with a D.
That's D, a statue made of various materials. In Daniel chapter 2, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed of a giant statue made of gold, silver, bronze, iron, and clay, which was destroyed by a stone. The dream symbolized successive kingdoms and God's eternal kingdom. Daniel, by God's revelation, interpreted it when no other wise men could. This demonstrated God's sovereignty over history and Daniel's prophetic role. Question
Top of
5.
the hour.
What happened to the wise men when they could not interpret the king's dream? A. They were sentenced to death.
What was that?
B. They were imprisoned. C. They were praised. D. They were exiled. You get 10 seconds.
I think it was A.
Yeah, but he said it funny. He was like, eh.
Oh.
Okay, we got Christopher with an A. We got Darlene with an A. And I'm picking A.
SL with A. Susan with an A. And I also took A.
And D coming in hot with an A. Along with Tracy, an A. And the answer is, we got A's across the board. Hey!
That's A. They were sentenced to death. In Daniel chapter 2, verses 12 to 13, Nebuchadnezzar became so furious with the wise men's inability to tell and interpret his dream that he ordered all of them executed. Daniel requested time, prayed to God, and received the dream's meaning, saving all the wise men. This shows God's power to reveal mysteries and Daniel's faith in divine intervention.
Perfect. Perfect timing right there. All right. What?
I was just thinking, Tracy and Chris, if you need something, if you want some stuff that we could order on Amazon that your mom can take up to you, add it to your wish list. I haven't looked at your wish list in a while, but there's some stuff like you want some reading material, you want something to do. But have your mom, or if you can, put it out in your wish list. I'll take a look and see what you got out there. That's all I had. So I will get off so you can say goodnight.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Love
welcome.
Ya. Good night.
Love you. Good night.
All righty, family. All right, family. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And I love each and every one of y'all. And tomorrow night, we will finish up Daniel. And then the next book is Hosea. So you can be reading on Hosea. And I love each and every one of y'all. And remember, if God places someone on your heart or on your mind, stop and pray. Because we don't know what they're going through, but God does. And He will step in every time. We just have to trust and believe in them. And pray for the ones of our families that are in the storms, that God protects them, each and every one. And I will see y'all tomorrow night, same time, same channel. Love ya.
Every step I take, every stride I make, I look around, sometimes I feel alone. Think about this life I live, only so much time to give. I'm on the run into the unknown. The line I'm walking just straight, one outside I say it ain't fun. I'm not here to impress anyone. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Head down since I left town, sorry for the letdown. Don't know the next time that I'll be around. When I ask myself why I do what I do, there's a couple reasons, yeah, I can count a few. To all the ones that are proud of me, to all the ones that doubted me, thanks for watching my dreams become reality. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. Chasing dreams ain't always what it seems. We only get one life, sometimes it's hard to see. Making a difference might be my deliverance. When it comes to freedom, yeah, that's where I find it. The hard path in life can be a lonely one. Not too many walk this road I'm on. This road I'm on. This road I'm on.